Hello, welcome back to Creative Cousins. If you are new, we are two cousins and we make art. And so today we're actually going to talk about an artist, and you may have heard of him. His name is Salvador Dali, and we're going to be talking about his like a variety of his artwork and also a little bit about his personal life. And we will kind of discuss our thoughts on it. And we will, before we do that though, we will have a little mini recent creations segment. And I'll be showing one of my paintings that I made semi recently. But first, how are you doing, Allie?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Okay, so you see in the corner over here, it's a painting and it's not digital, folks.
Beth has gone back to real, well, I don't want to say it's real painting because that makes it sound like digital painting isn't real, but it's three-dimensional painting,
I mean, it's
four-dimensional. I don't know. I don't know. But
it's
uh,
physical. I would say physical painting.
yeah, it's a better way to put it.
Physical. It is 2D because it's a 2D, like, well, it's a
Mhm.
two,
Like with
it's,
real paint and
yeah, real
brushes.
paint. Yeah. So this was one of the ones I did oil painting. So I got back into oil painting
It's so good.
in the past couple months. Um, Maybe even like less than a couple months. I don't know. But here is kind of, I intended to kind of make the backgrounds like a blurry sort of. And I wanted it to be like the focus to be on the flower in the middle.
Yeah, you definitely nailed it. It looks like lots of good bokeh there. And yeah, it's really realistic.
Yeah. And so I've been having a lot of fun with my oil painting. And it's been like kind of like strange doing it again because it's been like a decade since I actually did it, like in college. And it is very satisfying. I'll
Well,
just say that.
yeah, clearly it's muscle memory that it's come back to you pretty quickly.
I say,
Um,
yeah, actually, it did like, it felt like kind of at first, I kind of like forgot a lot of stuff, but then it is kind
yeah,
of like riding a bike in the way that like you kind
yeah.
of start, it kind of slowly starts to come back to you. But it, honestly, Allie, the person that inspired it was you. You were doing like the oil painting, and then I was just like giving you like some like tips that I remember sort of, probably didn't help that much. And like it reminded me, I was like, oh,
Oh my God, I should show you guys my oil painting that I did the other day. I like the richness of color in oil paints.
yes, I know
Like I
it's
think that's one thing I the biggest difference I noticed is the pigment is like stronger. And
yeah.
that so this one I sort of gave up on. Like I was gonna come back to it in a day or so after I finished what I finished the night that I started it. I was gonna give it a day or so and then come back to it and try to do it again, but I lost all willpower
Oh,
to do that. So it is still unfinished. I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish it. It's definitely hard being a beginner.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm not like it's just so different and it's still drying. See, it's like coming off of my hands.
Yeah, you gotta be
Um,
super
but
careful.
this is the painting. Oh, cherries.
Yay!
I was slightly drunk. I had like one glass of wine while I was painting this, and it was just really relaxing. Like I enjoyed it, even though I wasn't happy with the results. And I would say like I'm not happy with them. I don't know.
I
It's
like
definitely better. It's definitely better than my previous ones.
I
Beth
like the
knows.
contrast of the red against the blue background.
I do like the contrast as well. I think, like I said, I just really appreciate the colors, and it was fun to like watch the colors like spread across the canvas. Yeah, but I was gonna go back in and like do some better shading with these cherries, and then I just kind of was like, no, that was too hard. I need a break.
Oh, well, I'm really glad that you did that. I mean, it's really hard to like get into like doing
It is.
form and like
And I
to make it
also
look
feel like
3D and stuff. It's hard to do that. It takes time.
it is. And like it was even hard for me to like sketch out like the cherries in the beginning
Mm.
because I have no like, drawing. I have no drawing background or anything. So,
Mm.
but I also think that like I am not really working. I'm working with like limited supplies.
Mm.
So, like I only have like a few different kinds of brushes and I don't have any like of that like linseed oil or like the stuff. I forgot what you called it.
Medium?
Um,
It's called medium.
Medium.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
I use is
I feel like that would be
Liquin.
if like I feel like since
Liquin.
I'm a beginner, I should get that. So I
Mm.
feel like it would help me get less frustrated because I get like really frustrated.
I get
And
frustrated
yeah,
too. I mean, you'll never not be frustrated.
that's true. That's true.
There'll just be
But
different
like the trick is
reasons.
like the trick is like being frustrated but then still finishing it. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's where I struggle because I got frustrated and it was like, no, I'm done with this. I want to start a new one. Like I'm not going back to this one. I'm done.
I honestly do think like doing the canvas paper instead, it's less commitment and it's still thick, like really thick paper, and like
Yeah.
you can do smaller sketches. So you
And it's
can,
probably cheaper too, so you can do more of them, like,
yeah, and then just do more
you know,
studies, kind of
and not be
like,
worried.
but instead of like trying to get like a finished whole like product, then you're just kind of focusing it as like studies, like sketches.
Yeah,
So that may
I
help.
agree.
But
I'll
I,
definitely look into it. I also want to get some of that medium, and then I want to like try different brushes because the brushes I got, they said that they were for oil and acrylic,
mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of weary of that.
As long as, are they long?
They are long.
I mean, it should be
Do
mostly
you think?
fine. It just kind of depends on, are you using your, anyway, we could probably troubleshoot more
Yeah,
later,
we
but,
could. Yeah,
but,
true.
yeah, it just takes, honestly, getting those tutorials, whatever, I think you were following a tutorial, right? Like on YouTube.
Yeah, I was following this girl. Like she did a tutorial, but she was moving like really fast, and I had to
Oh.
keep pausing it.
Okay. I can see if the YouTuber that I watch, if they do like tutorials that are like beginner level, I can go look. But because I have some good YouTubers that explain things like nicely and stuff.
That
So,
would be nice. Yeah.
yeah.
She wasn't bad at explaining things. I just felt like the video could have been slower.
Anyway, I'm glad that we got to both show an oil painting. That was fun. We could get into Salvador
Yeah, this is
Dali.
good. So now the viewers have seen like a beginner level oil painting, an advanced and then like a really advanced artist. So
And
they
then,
know.
yeah, I'll do a quick little summary about Dali. So he was born in 1904 and he lived till 85 ish, I think. So 1989, he died. He is obviously known for being like one of the most popular surrealist artists of like all time, basically. He was born in Spain, but not just, but he didn't just do like surrealist stuff. Like with Picasso, when we talked about him, a lot of artists they go through multiple different genres, which is always really interesting and always very inspiring because everyone's because I always am trying different things and so are they, and so it's really nice to see. So he did do a lot of other artwork that we will talk about. His career kind of let him like interact with different artists, and even he collaborated with like Alfred Hitchcock, right? Then he's a famous director, and so he did like some experimental like film stuff as well. He also was just not just known for his artwork and all sorts of
Experimental film like film photography.
oh, sorry, no, film as in like, because, Alfred Hitchcock is like a director. I think he involved himself in a little bit of like film, like short film type situation. Not too much, though.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Like as an actor or like as like
I don't know too
it's
much.
okay if you don't
I
know.
know he collaborated with directors. I don't think he was like actually in them. Um, that's one of
Oh, maybe he was just like yeah, like a creative direction like
the,
helper or something.
yeah. So I don't know if he was
Yeah.
actually involved too much, but with the actual filmmaking
Yeah.
process,
He was probably just like friends with the guy and then like showed up
he did know a
and
lot
like
of people. I know he knew a lot of
you're
other
like,
artists as
"Oh, I'm not
well.
doing anything today. Like, can I come like, be on set and
Very well could have,
like
you
my two
know.
cents?"
He was
We'll have
very,
to look into this
very
later.
poppin'.
If any viewers know, leave it in the comments.
Honestly, when we do these research, I don't have a lot of time to do super deep dive into like one segment of his career because his career is so
Right.
vast.
Yeah, we're mostly doing an overview because it takes so long just to talk about
And like
all
if
of.
we want to talk about more about in depth about certain areas, then that could be like a different podcast episode. But we want to in these episodes we're talking about artists, do an overview of their work and see the different variety of work that they have, and kind of learn a little bit about them, which is really cool. Because you never things
Yeah.
always learn something that I literally have never known before, and so it's always interesting.
And then we usually, I mean, we've recently been learning more because people leave stuff in the comments that we didn't
I
know.
know we really appreciate that because some people they know a lot about like they'll be experts on certain artists, and you're like, wow, okay, that's really cool. But before we begin with any drawings or sorry, any paintings or whatever, I want to say some quotes from him because they it just sets the scene. Okay, it sets the scene, and get
Okay,
ready. All right, get
I'm
ready.
ready.
There's some good quotes here. One of the most famous ones is, "Every morning when I wake up, I experience an exquisite joy. The joy of being Salvador Dali." And then
Oh,
and
I'm
then it
happy.
continues, and I ask myself self in rapture, what wonderful things is Salvador Dali going to accomplish today? That's
I
the
really admire that.
that's the energy that we need in 2025.
Yes. Yes, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's
So
the
good.
attitude of gratitude.
It's so good. So he's known, by the way, he's a very controversial figure in the time. He was known for being out there, and his personality was kind of at wild. You know, you could picture him with his little mustache, little like crazy wild mustache. Because another one, he says, "I don't do drugs. I am drugs."
Oh my gosh, why is that relatable? Like that should not be relatable.
And then another one. Now these are kind of all translated from Spanish, but that's these are the English translations,
Right.
but
So yeah.
still,
Yeah.
pretty much it's not that it's pretty much the same idea. Another one is, "Take me, I am the drug. Take me, I am hallucinogenic."
You think
And
these were things he said like jokingly to friends?
so the
Or do
thing
you think?
is, he would like do like kind of stunts and stuff in like public and whatnot. He has talked about being, you know, a little bit for the fascist regime in Spain at the
Oh,
time, and he said he was, he would make some comments that were kind of interesting. So there is like a little bit of a discourse on whether or not he was kind of being like this controversial figure because it made him more popular, or because he was actually like kind of a little bit crazy. I think he would say it's like a mixture of. I think he would say things to kind of rile up people, and
yeah.
like bring attention to his artwork. And
Yeah. I
so
mean, it's good marketing.
yeah, I mean, and he was very into like the surrealist stuff, so it makes a lot of sense. Another one
Any
is
PR is good PR.
exactly. Well, maybe not all the time, but it can
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
And then what
At least
he's
we're talking about yeah.
exactly, and we still are to this day. Uh, and then another one that's about surrealism is destructive, but it destroys what it considers to be shackles limiting our vision. So, and And then I'm just going to run by more of these. People love mystery, and that is why they love my paintings. I just love it. I just love the energy that he's giving off here. He was very into dreams. I think he like knew Freud, or he was very interested in Freud. Sigmund Freud, who was a psychologist, in the mid-century, 19th century, 18th, oh my God, 20th century. Wow. And he said things like, "Give me 2 hours a day of activity, and I'll take the other 22 in dreams." He really,
Oh,
really likes like the idea of like, I guess not reality.
conscious or being semi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there could be a lot of creative ideas that come from dreaming. That's a big thing in like the occult world. I won't get into that right now, but like, you know,
Yeah. And
dream
uh,
work.
yeah, and he definitely did a lot of artwork that had like dream-like things in it. And then I actually will talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. I'm going to go into his early career. So, career being like when he was 13 or 14. So, get ready. So, we're going to start with early years. It's kind of just similar to like how Picasso, before he started doing the Cubist stuff, he did a lot of more like more
Realist
realism kind
things.
of thing.
Yeah.
Similar to, he dabbled in that, Dali in the beginning.
Interesting.
And he did, let's look at one of his artwork from then. Okay, so this one is called Duck. At least I think so. And he made this when he was 14. So it's 1918. And this is kind of realism. So it's definitely one of his earliest
Oh, I see it now.
artwork. Oh, sorry.
I didn't see it at first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, I saw it, but I couldn't figure out why it was called Duck.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I was looking at like the top half.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so cool.
So, he definitely did. I think this is with oil paint. I think most of his painting is with oil, although sometimes he did dabble in gouache, but that's kind of later on in his like later career. Definitely
What
a
is gouache?
darker, it's like a different painting medium. It's kind of similar to like watercolor, but like more
Oh,
vibrant
I've
and
never heard
like
of it.
thicker. I dabbled in it, but never actually painted with it. I have it because I collect art supplies because I do too much. Anyway, so yeah, so this is really cool. I just wanted to show this is one of the earliest paintings that I found from his portfolio, and it's just this really dark color palette, but it's a duck.
Yeah,
It's kind of a different angle of a duck, and
it's
the
such a
feathers are
different
very
angle.
textured. And I really like it. It's cool.
If not for the name, like at first, like I looked at it and I was like, is this a plant? Like, is this a close up of like a plant? And then I saw like the bottom half and I was like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, because your eye doesn't necessarily go to the head right away. Like it didn't for
yeah.
me. It went to like the legs of the duck first.
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then it kind of travels down slowly to the head. But yeah. So that's just one of them. I'm going to show another one of his early years. This is a still life that he made, also, I think, in the same year as the other one. So, also, I think around age 14, 15. Insane. But he did a still life, I
Yeah.
think, with
You're
oil.
telling me. Me and my fucking cherries.
It's okay. All they had to do was paint back then. Okay. They didn't have lives. I'm kidding.
This looks so cool.
So yeah, it's really cool. The colors are really nice. The very good like definition of light. They know exactly the light and the shadows are really nice. I love the fabric. Very nice drawing, I think, or painting. This is also 1918. And so this is still very early on, so there's obviously no like surrealist stuff in here. It's just kind of drawing what you see, which is still life. I actually think it's funny because a still life is what you practice like that's kind of something that you practice a lot when you're first starting out painting. So it's funny, like him being 14 at the time probably was like, well, I'm gonna be working on my oil painting now. I think I'm gonna paint a still life. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Still lifes and then portraits, which makes sense because the next one is a couple years later,
Wow.
1920. This is of his mother. She actually, I think she died kind of early on, but he was really close with his mother, and he was very upset when she died. He died, obviously, everyone's going to be upset when their mom dies, but they had a really close relationship. Not just, I think, not just she died recent, like kind of young, but I think his brother died before he was born, actually. So he had a brother that died before he was born, and so and his mother died young. Not that he knew his brother, but that's just like an interesting fact. So it's kind of sad, but she apparently was very close with him. He wasn't as close with his father, though. The bottom of the painting, I'm not really sure what's going on at the bottom of the painting, to be honest. It's interesting texture here at the bottom, but like the face, I think he did a nice job with it. I still can tell though, even though that I think it's a decent, like nice portrait. I could tell that it's someone that like is still kind of early on in their painting career.
Is that because of like the muddying of the colors?
I don't know. I just feel like something about the brush strokes for me, just they don't,
Mm,
I don't know. Like I'm kind of, maybe I'm just
yeah.
being
It's not like
particular.
super smooth.
It's not super smooth, but it's not very like super, and not that you have to, it doesn't feel as refined as like other portraits I've seen. And that could also just be a style though. But personally, I feel like it kind of gives off like maybe not as many, maybe didn't do as many portraits at this time. I think it's still a good
Right.
portrait, but I'm just saying, like, like it just doesn't seem as
Yeah, no,
refined.
that makes sense. It's just
Anyway,
interesting.
then we have, I'm kind of going through these sort of fast just because we have so
Yeah,
many,
there's probably a lot.
so
Yeah.
many, yeah.
Oh,
But this style isn't really technically, it's not really realism, it's actually post impressionism, I believe.
oh,
So, because it's not super real. Like maybe that's what's messing with me is that it's not very like the other one
yeah,
seemed a little bit more had more like a realism look to it than this one does. Maybe that's
yeah.
what it is. Anyway, so next, so this is a very different style that I like. It is
I
kind
really
of
like
like
this.
Art Deco, which kind of makes sense
Yeah.
because it is from 1921. And this is with gouache, and it's gouache on cardboard. It's kind of hard to explain what gouache is because I am not a gouache expert. Okay, I've literally maybe used it maybe once, but it's painting. But I feel like
This is so cool. I love the colors in this photo too.
I really
And
like
yeah, it
it.
feels very vintage.
Yeah, it's really cool. You can tell that it's very 20s even by like the clothing. That you can actually like if you zoom in here, the clothes are very like 1920s. But even though it's not that much detail, but because of like just the shapes, it's like you get it. You know what I mean? Like, like this is like from a different. It's like Art Deco. Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
it's really cool. I like the solid colors. Literally, it's so funny because I was with coworkers yesterday, and some of them we were doing plein air. So plein air is when you paint outside. I didn't actually do any painting outside because I was just kind of laying down on the blanket. But other people brought their art supplies, and it was funny because like some of them were saying like gouache is so hard, like because one of the people there like they like to do gouache a lot, and so they were trying it, and it's like oh, it's so much harder than watercolor, ah. And so I remember like it's funny like I literally yesterday people were complaining about gouache.
No, that's interesting. Like I'm excited to go look at like other paintings done with gouache now to see like if I can start to tell like which ones are
Yeah,
done.
I think I can tell that it's
with
not
it.
oil painting, but I wouldn't really know like that it's gouache. Like I'm not a gouache expert. How many times am I going to say gouache in this episode? I don't know. So next we have, I had to throw this in here. I had to throw this in here because it's given cubism, and I felt like every artist in the 1920s was like, I'm gonna try that too. So
Yeah.
obviously, like Picasso did it. He's like one of the most popular people
So
to do
funny
it.
to me. It's so funny to me because people in the wedding industry complain about trends and how they hate following trends and having to do trends because that's what clients want. Or like clients see trendy things online and they like want the trends. And it's like literally the same thing in photography. Like everyone jumps on the bandwagon.
Yeah, yeah. I think at the time it was everyone was curious about doing at least one cubist portrait. I mean, why not? Or
Yeah.
cubist
I think everyone
drawing.
wants to like take a crack at it and see like what their version will look like, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he did that
It's
much
like a
of
way to
it,
like
but
yeah. No, I think it's just funny because it's like people are acting like, "Oh, like that's all anyone does nowadays. It's just like do trends." Like it's like no, like it's been like this forever. Like people always did trends.
that's true. I think nowadays it's like I feel like it goes really fast. Like there's what people call micro trends. Like
Yeah, that's
it
true. That
gets
is actually true.
ridiculous because of the social media. Like everything is like it's just so much faster. I can see how that would be annoying if it's like literally so many little things. It's like
Yes. Yeah, that is
slow
actually the main thing.
slow your roll. So this is 1923. So he's like about 19. So he's still kind of, I feel like maybe this is an experimental stage, we're just trying stuff out. Is oil on cardboard. I noticed he did a lot of, I guess, on cardboard stuff. That's
Interesting.
called Portrait of a Seated Person Holding a Letter. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see the letter now.
I see the letter in the hand, and I maybe
I see
see
the
the,
hand
the
and the letter.
tie, maybe, and like the hat. I don't know.
I like how you were like, I see the letter and the hand, and I was like, I see the hand and the letter.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
and
notice you
everything
said
else
that.
you don't really see. I didn't notice that either until after it came out of my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have said the title and I should have just been like, guess.
True. I never would have guessed that though, ever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I couldn't either. So this one is interesting. It is expressionism. I would say it's like the style is expressionism. And it's like very different, I feel like, than the previous one. But it kind of gives me something similar to the Art Deco one. I'm calling Art Deco. It's just, for some reason, it's the vibe I got from that previous one.
I think it's mainly like the vintage car, the way the car is drawn or painted is like what's giving that vibe for me.
Yeah, I mean, this is called the bather. So it's like a bathing suit. And so this is like, he's like
Oh,
laying out.
okay. Yeah.
So it makes, or it's a person. And this is 1924. So almost 100, over 100 years ago. It's cool. But later, he actually did another The Bather. And we will look at that in a little bit. And I want to see if you can figure out where the bather is in that next one because that's going to be a little bit interesting. Okay. So just keep in mind what this one looks like, the bather. We'll come back to another the bather later on. So, so this next one, I actually it's like one of my favorite ones for some reason. I really like this one. This is called Figure at a Window. And you see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is from 100 years ago exactly. It's from 1925. It is, for some reason, I just like it just feels so calming to me and like nautical. I love her outfit,
Yeah.
the nautical
The
stripes.
colors the colors are very like light and bright and it's almost like light and airy.
Yeah. Well, and it feels airy also because the window is open. And I
Yeah.
really, and I can feel, you can feel the ocean breeze or on, like, it just, I really like this
Is this
painting.
oil paint?
It says so. It says oil on canvas, according to this.
Oh.
And so this is a
Yeah,
back
for
to more
something
realism
about
style.
this something about this painting doesn't look as much like oil paint to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because he's using like lighter colors. It kind of looks like It's like chalk or something. I don't know. Interesting.
He is using more of a muted color palette, but it is also, this is on canvas, and I feel like the other ones, they were kind of on the other materials. They're on like either cardboard or they know it is like on wood sometimes.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah,
But it
maybe
does look
that's
a
why
little
this
bit
one's
different from
different.
other stuff too.
Yeah.
I really like this one, as I've already said 1,000 times. A couple years later, I bring you The
Whoa.
Bather,
Whoa.
1928 version.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
So,
very different.
so very different. This is part of his apparently transitional period, kind of going from realism to surrealism. And this is kind of like when the first dabbles. It's 1928. And
I wonder if that's like just the outline of the person in their blanket.
yeah, I don't know. I was like looking at this before and I'm just trying to figure out where's the bather.
You also notice like the two different kinds of sand,
Yeah, I do just notice that. Is that sand? I guess that would be the sand, yeah. I see the
but it's
sky
like
and the
split
ocean.
down the middle. It's so interesting the way he split it. He like split the background into like three parts basically.
Maybe it's a female figure laying on her side or something. Like,
Maybe. It looks like a shell.
oh, it does kind of like a shell.
Yeah, that was my first thought when I saw it. I thought it was like a conch shell or like some kind of like sea creature.
I could see that. That's kind of
It's
the
definitely
funny
really
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
I like the colors like the red and the blue and the white. Like I like that the white is like breaking up the red and the blue. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, I think that like artwork that has like that you can't really, you're trying to like figure out what it is so interesting because it feels like I'm like doing like an ink blot test. Like I'm just trying to like
Yeah.
we all see different
No, it's like
things.
the psychology of it. Like,
It's like I
do you see
see
something
a
dark or do you
butterfly.
see something like, yeah, that is
So
so funny. I always feel the same way.
I'm like, what am I supposed to see? But I don't know. Like, you don't even. I guess you don't have to see anything. You can see whatever you want.
It kind of looks like an octopus that has like tentacles that can like extend really far into the ocean. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
now you're just making stuff up.
I'm just making shit up now. Okay, I think I'm ready to see the next one.
Okay. Yeah, so now we're kind of still in 1928. So same year as that other one. This is a little bit different. Kind of similar to the one before the bather, right, that we just saw. This is kind of, I'm not sure who it is. I'm not sure if this is somebody he knows, but it's just called Seated Girl Seen from the Back. And it's oil on canvas. I like it. I like it's also just mellow. I feel it's mellow. And he's done like similar positions where the figure is like facing away from him. Um, but yeah, I just like the way that the hair looks. I feel like he did the hair really well. There's a lot of detail in there. But also like the background, there's like parts of it that also look kind of flat as well.
I think you're right on about that. Um,
It's muted again, another
it's
muted
really
color
nice. But I
palette.
think that also like I think that also helps like bring the focus like on the subject because we can't see her face, so it's not like we're gonna be like looking at her face, but because I think the way he did it, like that's the first thing you see is
Mm-hmm.
like the outline of her
Yeah.
because like the background doesn't stand out as much.
Yeah, the background definitely has like less detail than she does. But it's
Mhm.
also still kind of everything is still kind of like a really muted. So like she kind of like her colors are very her dress is like similar color to the background,
Yeah,
honestly. But yeah.
that's true. Yeah, no, I like the color palette a lot. It feels very European to me.
Well, he did live in Spain. Anyway, next. You're probably gonna know what this one is.
Oh, I definitely have seen this. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I have a film photo of a clock in a store window that's melted like that?
Well, it's a very popular,
I think
iconic image of Salvador
I think we
Dali.
should I think we should put it in the video. I'll put it like in the folder.
Okay. I just had to put it in the thingy bob. But this is la persistence. It's the persistence of memory. Uh, Famous 1931 artwork. It is one of the most surrealist paintings of all time. Basically, when people think of Dali, this is the one you think of because of the melting clocks, which basically was symbolizing the melting of your time,
The
apparently.
insignificance of time when it comes to like, memories.
Yeah, all you have are your memories. Not necessarily, but
I also think it's
yeah.
like people say that like time heals everything, but like there are some things that will stay with you forever, so time doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah. I never even noticed really what was going on in the background until I started looking at this more today. But I just realized it was like a reflection. I wasn't sure what it was in the background before, but I feel it's a reflection. It's like a reflection of these like rocks in the background. I also like over here, I think those are ants. Are those ants?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Because he's done other things with ants before in other artwork that I saw.
They definitely could be ants.
But I don't know too much, honestly, about
If you are watching
that.
this and you know if those are ants, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I I've only really when I've looked at this, I mostly just look at the clocks. It's obviously very like in your face. That there's obviously the one that's like on this like desk, I would say, and that's melting. And then there's the one that's like hanging on the tree. Then you got the one that's I don't even really know, honestly, what's happening on the ground. I've never known. I've looked at this before in my life, but I've never really understood like this part of it.
So, do you think the melting clock that I saw in the store window was like a Dolly reference?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of people reference Dolly like all the time. Actually, speaking of that, literally during at my school's like summer camp, we do like an art summer. Obviously, I'm an art teacher. Art summer camp. One of the projects is not a I didn't teach this camp, but a different teacher taught this camp where the kids got to make their own melting clocks. Literally last week. So, yeah, because we
So
do.
there's been a lot of Salvador Dali in your last, well, you know,
Yeah, it's
sort of
kind of
in the last week.
funny. Yeah.
We had
So,
already planned to do this, you
yeah.
know, weeks ago, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't teach that class, but I've seen the kids' artwork. It's really cute. But yes, it's very popular. Like he actually does reference this later. I'm going to show you. He does reference his own clock, melting clock idea, as one of his like last artwork he ever made, and we'll talk about it again later as well. But yeah, we can't spend too much time on just one image, but I think it definitely had to
Yeah.
do with time and feeling time fading away, melting away, literally, are that impacts that could have in our lives. And maybe that tree, maybe holding up that tree is still standing. That maybe that could mean that you'll be gone, but these trees will still be here. Maybe they lived a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'll definitely talk about this one because it's very, very famous. Yes, so this one is a very cool, kind of different style painting, but it is still, well, not painting, I guess it's a sketch. It doesn't say what kind of it doesn't say if it was like a charcoal or graphite or anything, but it's obviously, it's not painting, but it's really cool. It's called Figure with Drawers for a 4-part screen. It's this
Oh.
1934. This is a couple years after that. It's still surrealism, obviously, but I really like how each of the drawer is smaller for different parts of the body. It's really cool. I love the line work. It's just like really nice line work here.
Yeah.
kind of get in there. It's like just the way he drew the lines are just really nice. It's hard to
It
explain.
took me a minute to realize those were drawers. I mean, like I knew that they were separate from each other, but I didn't know what like the little handles were. I thought those were like symbols at first.
Oh,
I think, maybe if I was looking at this in person, I would have realized it faster. Um,
that's
I
fair.
don't have the best eyesight in the world, because then I was like, oh, those are handles, and now I see it.
Yeah. I think there's even like there's still like I really like the shadow on this person's neck as well. It's very dramatic. I like that. Yeah, just really the variety of line weights, like just the way it's underrated how good that line work is. Anyway, so next we're gonna go to
Whoa,
okay. So
this
this
is really cool.
is called
This reminds me of like Pink Floyd. I don't know why.
I can see it actually. I can kind of get that. I don't know why, but it does kind of remind me a little bit of that. For some reason, there's something about it that reminds me of that.
Hmm.
Suburbs of a paranoid
Okay, let me
critical
find short.
town afternoon on the outskirts of European history. It's a very long title. I hope that's the right one. Hopefully I'm just trusting the internet on this, guys. Anyway, this is probably metaphysical art, kind of style, but it's still
I absolutely love
surrealist.
that because I love the metaphysical.
That's apparently what the art style of this is under, and this is oil on wood. And I can see how it would be different. I get where it's saying by European history, because you do see different things from different parts of history, which
Yeah,
is really
yeah.
cool.
Like there's very notable like landmarks,
Yeah.
right?
There's like this lady holding up something. Oh,
I
just
don't
holding up
know. I
grapes?
don't know
I don't
what the
know.
landmarks are called, but I just feel like they're famous.
I'm going to zoom in just like over here. Yeah, it's like different, like a lot of different architecture. Uh, there's so much small detail and like different parts of the drawing and like I don't have the drawing in front of me, right? So you don't really see all of the small, but you can't see it as clearly as you would probably in
Details. Yeah.
person. Yeah, it's really cool. I like that the clouds kind of are overlapping a little bit. You kind of like see, I think this is a kind of like a cloud shape. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's up to your interpretation, I guess. Yeah, very, also I like a lot of geometric shapes as well. Yeah, a lot of different colors, and you could probably stare at this for it's one of those paintings where you could probably stare at it for a while and like try to figure out what it is, and maybe you'll find something different. It's really cool. Now I will go to the next one. This
Wow.
is called
Is
Invention.
that a phone?
Oh wait, sorry. And this is called Mountain
Phone?
Lake. Mountain Lake. Yeah, I think this is a phone. Yeah, it looks like it. It kind of looks like a phone, and I
Yeah,
think
it
it's
looks
a
like a telephone.
snail on top of it,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. No, that's really interesting. I wonder like why the snail? Maybe like communication used to be slow like a snail? I don't know.
Oh, maybe this is like a pitchfork type situation. Well, not really exactly a pitchfork.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then maybe like this wire that's like coming through here. Maybe it's like going through the like it's obviously it's connecting the phone, and maybe the phone is killing snail mail.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
That's me trying to be deep and guess meaning
But I
out of
like the
something.
color palette. This is more like his usual color palette, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of did a pretty big variety. I guess he never really did like super bright colors, I would say. Nothing was really like, I
Mhm.
feel like there wasn't that much
I just
bright
noticed
colors.
like in a few of these there's a lot of like greens, like or green tints.
Yeah, I could see the greenish tint for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. This, I mean, it's supposed to be like a mountain. So you can kind of see like maybe it's a kind of like the greenish mountain area over here. I like these clouds
Hmm.
in the distance as well.
I do like those.
I do like the clouds a lot. And this is also surrealist, and it is oil on canvas. And I think that checks out. This one, I really like this painting.
Yeah,
It's
this is cool. This is like
dramatic.
witchy.
I could see that. Like she has
Something
like
about this.
something, I think she has like trees and leaves in her hair.
Mhm. And the dark lipstick.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like her hair is like growing.
It's like Medusa, but instead of snakes, it's like
Yeah,
trees.
it does. Yeah. So this is called Portrait of Lady Louise Mountbatten. Mountbatten, 1940. So he did do paintings of portraits. So he did actually do a lot of portraits, but he made them kind of surrealist, and it's really cool. So he had like a very like the faces would be very like I feel like realistic, right? It still probably looks like the person. I don't know who she is, but maybe. But everything, but then he'll like change the stuff around them. And maybe we don't know this person, but maybe the things that are in the background are like reflective of them as a person. So I think it's really cool that he still did his like, even though he's doing portraits, he's still doing like paintings that show that surrealism style.
Yeah, that is
So
cool.
it's really cool. And I like the bright, like her face is like definitely very contrasted against everything else. The next one is called Nude on the Plain of Roses. And we have a little bit of some brighter colors here. Not a ton, but some brighter colors. I still think it's still
Yeah.
pretty different than a lot of the other stuff. I don't know where the
Yeah, it's less
roses
muted.
are, but
Right.
and just leave that up to the imagination. Yeah, and I feel like over here, like these,
What do you think?
like it's the clouds here, are like very
They're like
chunky,
super distinct. Yeah.
very chunky
Um,
clouds.
what do you think about like the foot, the disappearing foot?
Oh my God, I just noticed
Like that was like one of the first things I saw. I was like, what?
this foot. That's so creepy.
Isn't it? It's kind of creepy.
This is creepy. Because I realized, like, oh, because I thought you meant at first that her leg is cut off. And I was like, oh, you didn't include the foot. What's up with that?
Oh, well, I was gonna say something about that too, but then
I thought
the other thing,
maybe the foot, that's her foot. That's her
I
missing
think he
foot.
must have, I think he must have at least drawn out like half of a whole other person and then like blended color on top of it.
You think it's like a mistake?
But maybe it wasn't a mistake, but maybe he decided to like cover it up and then he got halfway done covering it up and then he was like, wait, I actually like it like this.
Well, there's actually a quote that he said, and he said, "Mistakes are almost always of a sacred nature. Never try to correct them. On the contrary, rationalize them, understand them thoroughly. After that, it will be impossible for you to sublimate them."
Cool. So it's kind of like another way of saying no mistakes, happy accidents only.
Yeah, it's very Bob Ross of him. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so maybe he just like, you know what? I'm gonna make it work. That's a really funny
Yeah.
idea. That's a funny idea of him literally covering that because I could imagine it. There being a person there and just like
Wonder
paints
if he
over
was like
it.
really into like, yeah, I wonder if he was like really into spirituality or something.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't
That
doubt
seems
it.
like a spiritual
I, I,
quote to
I,
say.
I wouldn't doubt it. Um, yeah, it's very interesting. Well, his mom was like, I guess his mom was Catholic and then his dad was atheist. But yeah, that's all I really know about it. I don't know too much about his. I just noticed there was a face in the crows.
Oh my God, you're right. I never would have noticed that if you didn't point it out, but you're completely right.
I'm telling you, you can really know. You can like really stare at these things for a while, and then they're like Easter
And then
eggs.
like notice more things. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's kind of fun. Like you could like play a game of
yeah,
like a scavenger hunt.
yeah, exactly. Find the face, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
what? So this one I also really like. This is called My Wife, Nude, Contemplating Her Own Flesh Becoming Stairs. Three vertebrae of column, sky, and architecture. I actually do like this one. It's
That is really cool.
kind of reminds me of that other picture, the other painting of that lady sitting down, staring at
Yeah.
what seemed to be like a
It
landscape.
reminds me a lot of that too.
And
Um,
yeah,
the
this,
thing in the background is like, yeah, it's really, it's so interesting. Like it's so far away and so much smaller, but it's still so detailed. Like how did he make those details like so small like that? Like was this a large painting? Like the dimensions? Because like
I don't think I have the
that'd be crazy.
dimensions.
Okay, if you don't, I'm just like I'm very blown away by like the detail in the background.
They're probably moderately big. I don't think they're that small, but yeah,
And the detail and like the hair of the guy in the rock.
yeah, it's like Grecian dude.
I wonder if that's supposed to be him like looking at her.
Well, if it is, it doesn't look anything like him. Yeah, so this is his wife. So she was a very big muse for him, as most of these artists. And there is a kind of interesting. They have a very interesting. Well, they they may have may not have been kind of polyamorous. So they did a lot of interesting stuff. They had an interesting. I think their sex life was interesting. I'll just say that. I don't think there was anything like dramatic with like cheating or anything, but I think there was like mutual stuff happening.
Like an open marriage type
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
maybe, but I don't know. I don't have the. I don't want to. I don't have any. No one knows for sure. I don't think.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not like they would like broadcast that kind of thing.
But yeah, she was like I think muses of like other artists too. I think, and she was I think 10 years older than him. But they did have a little bit of some issues. So they did have like near the end, they did love each other a lot, I guess, but near the end, apparently there was like something about her wanting him to, like, they had some like things about money that they had disagreements with, and he was like, his health was very bad, and then as he near the end of his life, like in the 1980s, and reportedly she was pushing him to prioritize money over artistic integrity, and then reportedly was administering drugs that may have contributed to his declining health. And then reportedly, allegedly, Dali in turn said to have become violent with her on occasion, even breaking her ribs. So, there might have been some
Might have been
questionable.
toxic.
There might have been some questionable thing. And then she died in 1982. And then after that, he was like really upset about it. He was like devastated by her death. And then he basically, the last few years of his life, he was like, his health like significantly decreased after that. And he died in 1989. But yeah, so they had a very tumultuous relationship, apparently. He quoted saying, "It is mostly with your blood, Gala, I think is her name, that I paint my pictures." And then sometimes in some artwork, he actually signed both of their names. So he definitely was heavily influenced by her. Yeah. She was basically also a businesswoman, and she was very, she basically kind of was very involved. Okay. So,
Really helped him with his marketing.
yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting. I keep saying interesting. That's my motto. It's interesting. because you never really know what happened. And he is like a big character that it's like, and he's known, people think that he was like making he would like say things to be outrageous. So I'm like, you never really know with these people. We don't know them.
Yeah. And you don't know how much of this is like rumors either, but I think it is interesting that Picasso and Dali seem to both have had really wild sex lives.
And they both lived during the same time period. So uh, they may have known each other. This is another one. And
I really like this one.
we got butterflies. And I did put this in here because I knew you would like butterflies. Everyone likes
The
butterflies.
tones, the tones in this image and the tint of this image look very cinematic to me.
It's giving 1991. I don't know. It seems like an album cover. Seems
It
like a
does. And
Nelly Furtado album cover.
it literally
And
looks like it was like color graded to be like cinematic, like orange green.
yeah. Yeah, so
Like
there are some bright colors in here, like some vibrant colors. I I still think it looks still
vibrant, but
surrealist,
it
but
also looks muted at the same time. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like it looks like flatter.
yeah. Butterflies are kind of glowing too. Like they have this kind of
Yeah.
glow around them
Anyway,
weirdly.
it's almost like he took like a very like almost clear shade of green, like mixed with water, and like went over the whole painting like after he was done with it.
I could see that.
It's probably not what he actually did, but
Like a
like that's kind of
glaze. Yeah, maybe.
like a glaze. Yeah, it looks like it's like yeah, I don't know.
I do like
It's
that
probably
they
just the way
have
he did
like
his mixing.
I like the cool colors on the left and the warm colors on the right. Very
Yeah, me
always
too.
has good contrast. But yeah, that was 1960. Sorry, I forgot to say some of the dates. The other one was 1956. So we are getting towards middle to late of his career. So 1960. Then I'm going to go to the next one, which is. Sorry, this is 1956. My bad. This next one is 1960. Doesn't make that much of a difference. Sorry. This one's also cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. Like, how did he think of this shit? Like, he had to have been doing mushrooms.
Yeah, he reportedly said that, I am the drugs, but come on. Come
Yeah, like this is
on.
some
Come
like
on.
yeah,
Dali, we gotta
this is
talk.
something you would paint. Like, you would at least come up with the concept of this on mushrooms. Like, maybe not paint it exactly, but
Yeah, I feel like he did
like,
something.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool. If you notice that, I just noticed like one of the eyeballs is not the same as the other. Like this one looks like this person's
Yeah, that's
blind.
creepy. That looks
Like,
creepy.
yeah. Uh, but I love that you can see the background through the face. Like it's so cool. There's like a little mountain here. I don't know what this could mean. I wish that I had like a better idea of like, because so I don't want to like. I think it's more interesting to kind of get your own perspective on it because obviously you
Yeah.
could do more research and like see what art scholars have to say what these things mean,
It
but
reminds
it's
me
more fun to do
of
it on your own.
you know how like on the I think it's on the dollar bill, like there's a pyramid with an eye on top of it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
That's what it reminds me of.
I could kind of see that because also like the texture of this person, they look bumpy, which is kind of like the bumpy
Mhm.
texture of a dollar bill or of currency. I'm sorry, I don't have more to add for this one. Um,
That's okay. Oh, is another clock?
so you noticed the clock. When I looked at this from far
Yeah.
away, I didn't notice the clock until I actually like zoomed into it. But
Yeah.
also, there's a person here.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a lot of detail. That's crazy. That's kind of creepy.
It is, isn't it? This is a self portrait. I don't know how this
Oh,
is
wow.
done. You could tell by the mustache. But this is a macro photographic self-portrait with the appearance of Gala, his wife. And I think this is Gala hanging out over there.
Yeah. The apple of his eye.
That could be it. I didn't think about that. But that could be something. It has this really bumpy texture all over it. It's just like super bumpy. I don't know if that's just like the texture of whatever he is. It doesn't say what the medium of the canvas. It doesn't say what kind of material it is, but it's a very, very bumpy texture here. His eyes are furrowed and he's like looking elsewhere. That's 1962. And then we're going to jump to one of our last surrealist paintings that we'll talk about, called Portrait of de Sarah Maria Larrabure. I think that's how you say her name. I just want to show another portrait where it's like a, surrealist portrait, but also still a portrait. And so parts of it are kind of realistic and parts of it are not. This is technically part of his classic period. So
this is nice though, because it's like not really creepy at all.
This is nice. It's not creepy for once.
Like this lady, like yeah, she looks nice. There's nothing creepy about it. I wonder if she asked him to like tone it down.
That's so funny.
I don't know if these were like commissions or if like he just had muses, but
I imagine, yeah, he did a lot of portraits. I imagine they are commissions for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like some details back here. There's some like twigs. There's an angel back here. Maybe
that's nice.
Person is,
maybe she passed away.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of like,
because like it's almost like heavenly, like she's in heaven.
Yeah, like is this like a wing here, like a chariot type of situation? Like
I think she's on a chariot. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think she's on a chariot. I think that angel is maybe like an angel of heaven. Like it seems like this is someone that like maybe passed on. Like they wanted a painting of her or something.
Yeah, I could see that. The background, I love the sky. The color, that teal, so pretty. It's like one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, colors are great.
Colors really pretty. Okay.
Very regal.
Yeah, she definitely gives off very regal. Her clothes, the necklace. This is kind of nearing the end of his life, sort of. 1964, around then. And then this is part of the abstract expressionism kind of style. I guess this is a series actually. So nearing this time, he starts going towards more religious paintings. These are going to be paintings that have to do with the Bible. So this one's actually called Canita Tuba in Sion. So all of these are actually all in Latin. The titles are in Latin. And so I will be saying the English. This is Blow the Trumpet in Zion. That's what it says. And he starts doing, but for some reason, it looks paint splattery to me. I really like the style, but definitely the subject matter of these next couple ones are definitely scenes from the Bible, but it's still kind of like, you still have to kind of figure out what it is. But you can definitely see that this person is like holding an instrument and he has like a cape.
Yeah, it looks like he's like playing the trumpet or something.
That's what I just said. He is blowing the trumpet.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The title is called Blow the Trumpet in Zion.
Hey, missed that part apparently. No, I think it's cool. It's definitely different. It's like not as creepy as like his previous work, but it's still kind of creepy in the way of like being sort of weird. But yeah, I wonder if like, end of life he starts having some religious themes because he's anxious about his afterlife.
Maybe. And I shouldn't say end of life. I guess he's in his 60s at this point. But
Okay.
he does kind of continue to do very similar stuff. At least he went through like a phase in the 60s. The next one, also similar style. I don't know what material this, I guess this one says it's gouache. Gouache coming back again. This, I don't know. I feel like it is like literally paint splattery in some spots.
Yeah, it is. And like I saw the figure at first and didn't really see anything else. Now I can kind of see the figure has like a sword on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it could be like another like angel knight type
This
religious
says,
theme.
translated from Latin, it says, he was Elijah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's probably like, yeah.
So it's from the Bible again.
Mhm.
But yeah. Then
I'd
this
be
one,
interested to like know what that hand gesture that he's doing, if that's significant at all. But
yeah, I don't know if it's like
anyway,
pointing or something, like over there.
yeah.
The next one is the last of these different style. Woman clothed with the sun.
That's like not what I thought this was at all. I thought this was like a light at the end of the tunnel thing, like for when you die and you see the light at the end of the tunnel and there's someone
Jeez.
waiting for you.
And maybe that is basically someone being clothed with the sun, Allie.
Yeah.
You are
Or
surrounded at
maybe
light
this is
from far
my
away.
blot test and I'm deeply depressed thinking about death.
Jeez.
I'm just kidding. I'm
No,
just kidding.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Um, so this is really cool, I think. It's like
I
circular.
think this is another angel like in front of him with the purple.
Yeah, I think it could be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really interesting. It almost looks like watercolor, must be more gouache.
Gouache.
I like saying it.
So this is the phase that he went through in his 60s. And now, kind of back to what he was doing before. This is
Oh, I
1973.
recognize. Yeah. Also the thing on her like chest or whatever, it reminds me a lot of that like
The Bather.
that painting. Yeah, the bather, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. Um,
Yeah.
this one here, this painting is called Portrait of Ava Suero Talkish, 1973. And it is kind of like a return to form here with the surrealistic look. I love the rock formation here. It reminds me because my parents just went to Portugal and they went to the beach. They have a lot of these like rock
Yeah.
structures.
Oh my God. When are we gonna go to Portugal?
I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Everyone in our family wants us to go. Like they're like, "Ugh, you guys haven't gone to
Yeah.
Portugal yet." Anyway, so I really like this painting because the color of the ocean is really pretty, and then, like I said, the face usually still stays somewhat realistic, and then it's usually the background that has a little bit more of that twist. But this one isn't like as surrealistic as I feel like his other stuff could have been. You know, it has been. So it's a little bit different, but still kind of similar to some other portraits, though. Only a couple more left.
Oh, I think I've seen this one before. It's really cool.
This is called. At least this is what this is. My
I love like the ship.
Dali's hand drawing back the golden fleece in the form of a cloud to show Gala, completely nude, the dawn very, very far away behind the sun. I don't know how accurate that title is. It seems ridiculous.
Is it Gala or Gaia?
I think Gala, because that's his wife's name.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so this is 1977. He's in his 70s at this point. This is an oil painting. So the golden fleece apparently has to do with Greek mythology. Exactly it was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in post of a quick summary of what that is. But the golden fleece is very is in the form of a cloud, I guess. I guess it
Did
was
it ever?
sought
Did you ever
after.
see anything about whether or not they had kids?
I didn't see anything.
I
He
can
might have,
imagine.
but I couldn't. At least it wasn't mentioned. I will also put that in
Well,
post as well.
I guess the bloodline died with him.
I will confirm with that later, but I
Okay.
don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really cool. I think that the hand, I like the love of this literal hand, and apparently that's Dali's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun's just everything about this. I think is very different. It's also very different than his other stuff too. There's also people down
Yeah.
here. I just noticed, and people over
Yeah,
here.
like real, like realistic looking ones.
And then our last one.
Oh. Oh, was this like really his last one or just one of the later one, like one of the last ones?
Um, it was one of the last ones. I guess it was the idea was concepted in set 1977, and then it was finally cast in bronze in 1984, which is like 5 years before he died. I think
Oh,
he,
okay, so this is actually a sculpture.
yeah, I think he did multiple of these. I
That's
saw
really cool.
multiple versions of this actually. It's like multiple versions of the
Yeah,
clocks
it's
melting.
the whole tree thing coming back.
Yeah, I think this was kind of sad because I think he kind of revisited this clock idea nearing the end of his life. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so because I think in the 80s he was kind of his health was declining and time probably was like running out. Also, his wife died in 1982. So, you know,
Yeah,
that would kind of make sense. This is a sculpture, obviously. It's cast in
that's cool.
bronze. So that's what I guess we'll leave it on for the artwork. It's very interesting. He had a very wide variety of different kinds of artwork. And it's kind of funny how like people know him for his artwork, but also for his like larger than life personality. Another quote I will say.
Yeah, I mean, having a personal brand isn't like a brand new concept.
Yeah, he
I think people think it is because of social media, but like it's not.
Yeah, I mean, and I think his wife really, took the reins. It kind of is credited for making him like the international superstar that people know him as, which is
Honestly,
kind of funny.
that makes so much sense to me because like I think a lot of the reason like artists struggle is because like they don't know how to do the business side. Like they don't know how to market themselves, they don't know how to promote, and they don't know like the ins and outs of business. So if she was really a businesswoman, like I don't doubt that like she helped him like with those type of things with
Yeah,
standing out from the rest.
yeah,
Because that's like what you have to do to like stand out from like the rest of everyone's who's doing something is like you have to have like a message or stand for something or you just have to be really fucking like weird and crazy and people are like, whoa, this person's weird and crazy. Look at his weird and crazy art. Um, like I don't
yeah,
know. It's funny.
yeah. It kind of reminds me of another quote that he said, which was, "What is important is to spread confusion, not eliminate it." And if that doesn't sum up his personality, I don't know what does.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely that seems about right.
Yeah, seems about right. Yeah. I was confused by a handful of them.
Yes. Same.
But yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed that. I hope, Allie, that you thought that it was a good
I
summation
thought it was really good.
of everything.
Yeah.
I
I really
tried
liked
to,
looking at all the art.
yeah, I know when we did our,
I really liked seeing like some of the lesser known ones and stuff and like yeah, it was definitely cool.
as you know, I tried to, as last time we did Picasso, we had a lot of like the kind of going back and forth with like the personal life and the artwork. But, and like I knew a lot, I did like look up a lot more about what like art scholars and art historians said about Picasso's artwork. But I tried this time to kind of keep it to what our idea of what it could be versus what historians are saying about it. So hopefully, even though I'm not a historian, I don't, sorry, I don't have enough backstory.
We're here to look at the art. We're here to talk about the art. We're here to talk about their life, but we don't have every detail. And we invite anyone who has information that they want to share about Salvador Dali or wants to answer any of our questions that we came up while we watched this episode to leave an answer in the comments. But we hope you enjoyed this, and we will be doing more like these. So next up, we'll have a photographer one where I will pick a photographer and we'll go through some of their work and their life. And I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that should be a lot of
To
fun.
do like a yeah.
I'm excited.
All right.
But yeah,
I'm excited
thank
too.
you. Thank you, Allie.
for
And
watching,
thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thanks, Beth, for putting this together.
No problem. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
See ya.